Okay, I mean, listen, I appreciate the Rex's affinity for the New York Jets. You got to stop talking about the Jets like it's the Niners or some other dynasty. Play like a Jet, I'm a Jet. Rex, what does that mean?
But isn't that appealing to the Jet fan?
I mean, it might be. It's not appealing to me. I'm already tired of the empty rhetoric and the bluster. That's what bothered me at the end.
I know.
Not to mention the lack of offense and the defense that was grossly overrated and multiple losing seasons. Like, does anybody really think... And I'm legitimately asking the question, but I've got to preface it with one thing. Strip away the emotion. Because one thing that Rex will do, Rex will get you juiced up.
All right, but we're sports fans. Hard to strip away the emotion, BT.
That is true, especially when we've been trampled from a morale perspective. Understood. So I'm sure it's uplifting for some. But just strip that away for a moment and get to the essence of what truly matters. Not a press conference. Not some wild scene after a game where he rips into an opposing coach or a player. Do you really think... Does anybody really think that 10 years after the fact that Rex Ryan is going to elevate the Jets? I don't mean by a game or two or in terms of a little bit of energy to a Super Bowl product, because I sure as hell don't. I think Rex stinks as a coach.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second. Hearing that, I can't help but be pumped up from a fan's perspective because it's somebody who wants the Jets when almost nobody else is going to want the Jets at this point. Rex has always wanted the Jets. He clearly wants them now. Now, I find it in poor taste. This is who Rex is. Like, he's been doing this going back years ago where he was trying to get the Atlanta Falcons job or this job or that job with head coaches in place, has just no respect for anybody. But there's a part of that might be appealing to fans saying how bad he wants the job. Also, with the Jets' current circumstance, where they do have talent, specifically on the defensive side of the football, don't you think that Rex, at the very least, minimum, would maximize what they have to work with defensively at least?
Maximize certainly more than this year. I mean, yeah, listen, the defense would be better. I don't doubt that. But Rex is a mastermind at defense.
Okay, I'm going
to keep it real. He's great at that.
Right. Now, again, I want to let everybody know, just to be clear, I'm with you. Like, I loved Rex when they first hired him. I wanted to run through the glass window that we have here. Remember, I was on Francesa's show on the other side of the glass. I wanted to run through the glass. I was so pumped up for Rex. By the end, it just became a lot of hot air. It was nauseating. The bluster. He just wasn't a good head coach. He was really the first guy that made me want I don't want a coordinator. I want a real head coach. And Rex was a coordinator. But for the sake of where the Jets are at, if you say that they have pieces in place in defense, you're not asking them to build a roster, and they have talent on offense with a veteran quarterback who, if they could run the ball, Rodgers is not going to make mistakes. Like, the one thing that is not gone is Rodgers' mind. He's still as sharp as anybody. So I think you could make a case, I can't even believe I'm saying this, that where the Jets currently are at, who would be and wouldn't be willing to come here, where their roster is, maybe, Rex, you could do worse.
Yeah, but I'd like to, elevate the ceiling at some point. Yeah, you could probably do worse. There's unknowns out there who are coordinators who very well might be worse than Rex. I'm not saying Rex is the worst coach in the history of football, and I really do like Rex as a person. But the constant groveling and like this false elevation of who the Jets are. The Jets are a dumpster fire with the worst over in football. They're a circus. They're an unmitigated mess. And what Rex is doing now, and I actually, on some level, I got to respect this, he's preying on the vulnerability of the clueless owner who's gotten zero contacts around the league.
You just got to fool one guy.
That's all you got to do. So, and we've heard as the stories have come out more and more and more, Woody and some of his lieutenants really react to which way the winds of social media are blowing. So here's Rex gassing him up. I got it. Hey, I'm a Jet. No one's going to coach harder than me. Nobody's going to play harder than us. We're going to do this. Well, you're going to do nothing. You're going to do nothing because when you inherited the roster from Mangini, you did something. And then basically, once that was over, you did nothing. You did absolutely zero.
I know that, but...
But what? There's no buts. This is a sideshow circus. Oh, look at the guy in the corner dancing away.
All right, but what
here's the guy. Come on down, everybody. Let's go to the circus.
I get it, but right now, which is why I would have made this move for Rex in season. You know that. I'm on record as saying that ahead of the Texans game even. I forget the exact week, but it was definitely before the Halloween game with the Texans. I would have just hired Rex in season to see what he could do with this. So I understand, like, moving forward, trying another year. Like, I at least would have found out what he could do with this group and then moved on. So now the appeal would be, well, let's go one more round with this group and bring in Rex. Here's, though, something that I can't believe you're disagreeing with Rex pumping up the Jets and the organization. He's making it sound much better than it is. Wouldn't you want that from somebody as opposed to somebody?
Because I know the reality of. That's an interesting point. And maybe years ago, I would have been gassed up to the point where I'd be saying the exact opposite right now. But no matter what Rex says on ESPN Radio or ESPN TV or whatever or wherever, and hopefully you, as Jet fans, are smart enough to know that it's nonsense. It's a guy who's desperate for a job, who's been begging. He's been begging the Dallas Cowboys to come in as the DC. He has been knocking down doors, and he's been on this public pursuit of a job on a fairly, although ESPN used to be a whole lot better. It's a train wreck now. Used to be an actual viable outlet. But he goes on every TV every day, and he's just putting his resume out there. Rex is the kind of guy who consistently overinflates what he accomplished. All right, I understand it was back-to-back AFC championship games, and that was fun. You wouldn't have even made the playoffs the first year if Peyton Manning finished that game in Indianapolis. They went 9-7. I know they won some road games, and it was awesome, and it was fun.
Beating New England on the way.
I know, and I'm not here to take away what was the last good moment of Jets history, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to elevate it to a place that's not really accurate, and I'm certainly not jumping back on this train. I mean, I need for once, can we have an innovative offensive coach? Think about that. The reason why I'm getting worked up now is because I think that there's a chance that this happens. Like, if I didn't think that this was viable, I'd say, there's Rex popping off. But the more we know about Woody and how lost he is and how detached he is from the rest of the NFL, he might. Hey, did you call up Charlie Casserly yet? Get his opinion? You can call him up? Why don't you call up Peyton, see what he thinks about bringing back Rex? He knows nobody in the NFL. Nobody. Woody is the worst owner in football. And Rex, who is no dummy, is looking at this guy saying, look at this sucker. I'm playing this guy like a puppeteer, man. Everybody's railing on Woody. Everybody hates Woody in the sporting sense, not in the human sense. Everybody knows he's a complete F as an owner, and I'm going to waltz in, and I'm going to change the PR vibe, and here we go. Not interested, don't want it, will be a colossal fail.
Woody might not, though, be the only one who wants Rex. I do think there are going to be some fans. BT, over the last 10 years, fans have wanted them, and they're going to be clamoring for Rex, especially after hearing him pump them up. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Mike is calling from Buffalo, New York. What's up, Mike?
Yo, what's up, fellas? How you doing?
Great.
What's happening, Mike?
Yo, so didn't Rex bring these guys to 2 championships, right? Didn't Rex bring the attitude?
Buckle up, BT. Gonna be a long day, buddy.
Didn't he get a tattoo? What's that? Didn't he get a tattoo of Sanchez on his knee or on his ankle?
Yeah, it was on his bicep. Yeah, he did.
Listen,
okay.
Rex is what we represent. Rex is attitude. Rex is going to bring energy, attitude, thunder, just like when the Knicks hired Tibbs and no one wanted Tibbs.
Yeah. Well, Mike, there's a little difference. All right, that's one for. Let's keep score. By the way, I want to actually tabulate. So, Zoo, you do this. Well, can you do this? I know that obviously Hoff is banging the phones, and we're obviously busy. Football Friday, BT and Sal. I want to actually tabulate pro Rex, anti Rex. All right, so he got a tattoo of Mark Sanchez. I got a tattoo of an animal. Should I go work at a zoo on my back? I mean, I already know where this is going because Jet fans.
What animal you got?
It's like half a dragon. I got it. It's like 25 years old. It's absolutely hideous. I got to get it. I got to get the Celtic cross over it. I've been meaning to do that, but the older I get, my wife's like, if you go and get it, you can't get another tattoo. Whatever. So I can already tell that the tsunami of emotion is going to go against me and in the favor of we want Rex. You know why? Because Jet fans are dumb.
Well, I mean, I think Jet fans are emotional.
No, Jet fans are suckers.
They know
Jet fans keep going to the stadium. Jet fans keep reaching into their money, and Jet fans keep elevating a guy. Again, we love Rex. We love him, but please delineate between Rex that you want to bang back a few pitchers of beer with at the bowling alley and the guy that you wanted to come and save this mess.
But it's not just that. It's that Rex loves the Jets and wants the Jets. There's a passion. The number one thing that New York Yorkers want is some passion here. That's why, like a guy like Todd Bowles, who I always thought was a very good head coach, or had the potential to be a good head coach, he just didn't emote that passion that would connect
he didn't.
in New York. But to me, he was better than Gase and even Sal. Like there's, you go back over the years. But Rex has that passion. He talks a good game. Yeah. I'm going to be a Jet, goddamn snack, blah, 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 blah.
He has 7 wins, he has 6 wins, the worst offense in the league.
Where they're at right now, I would, like, Rex would make my top 5. I don't believe in Rex as being a long-term head coach to build sustained success.
Then why hire him?
Because where they're at now with this talent, where they're at with the owner, meaning the lack of, like, they can't get Ben Johnson. If Ben Johnson's going to be the brightest head coach that's out there, like, they can't get him. They can't get Bill Belichick.
No.
Like, okay, they might not even be able to get some of the other guys. Like, Rex might be their best option. I'd rather him than another Robert Saleh, especially with this roster.
All right,
I can't believe I'm even saying
I don't mean this to sound very serious, and I'm not making this a direct parallel because Rex is a lot better than this. But, I mean, imagine the guy who's living at home. He's, 32, 33, and he wants to meet a girl, and he's got no game, he's got no rap, maybe he has no job, and, he's living with mom and dad, and the mom and dad are sitting around saying, God, when is little Jimmy going to meet somebody, right? And little Jimmy finally meets somebody, he brings her home. She's got 3 teeth and 5 moles on her face. Well. Now, I'm not saying that Rex has 3 teeth and 5 moles, but mommy and daddy probably sit around saying, kind of probably better off being single. Sounds good. It sounds good. Rex, the press conference. He'll probably even put on 30 pounds to fit the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have skinny Rex coaching the Jets, so he'll probably bulk up and get heavy again. And it's the same song and dance, the same recycled charade. I can't believe, I could tell I'm already going to be fighting this all day because I think a lot of people want Rex. I think it is moronic.
Carmine is calling from West Babylon. Carmine?
Hey, guys, happy Friday. BT, man.
Yeah.
Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning?
No.
I'm worried about you.
No.
So listen, I'm not going to be that fan that's going to clamor for Rex, but here's what I'm thinking. You're thinking about Rex, his failures when he ended here, but what about who else is going to come in here who has a successful track record, who can say that, who's going to want to be here? I want Rex. I want someone who wants to be here, not because of what he did. I'm not going to be emotional.
Nobody wants to be here. That's the problem.
That's right, but that's it. But don't you want someone who wants to be here, who actually wants to fix this team? Well, but also, here's the thing. If he's going to come here, he's got to tell Woody, get the frig out of my way and let me do things how I want to do things.
That's another,
until that changes,
you're
nothing
right,
will change.
But you're right, Carmine, and that's another point of it, and thank you for the call.
By the way, 2 for Rex, 0 against Rex.
I'm keeping count. You already know what was going to happen.
I'm going to get smashed on this.
You could tell yesterday. Yeah,
people are suckers.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't even think it's that. I mean, Rex portrays what fans want to hear. We want to hear somebody say, I'm going to come in there and fix this damn team, and I'm going to get them to play hard because I love being a Jet. That's what fans want to hear. You're being logical and practical about it. Well,
for once with the Jets. Isn't that ironic, huh?
Good point. But there's an emotional connection, plus like all the other things that the caller just brought up and that we've been talking about, where the Jets are at, who would want to come in here. Also, the one way, and I brought this up a few days ago, the one way where you might be able to negate Woody's ineptitude a little bit is if you bring in somebody who's going to know how to play him like a fiddle. And that's Rex. Rex knows how to play Woody.
You've known me for a while now.
Yeah.
All right. When you sit next to everybody or somebody for 4 hours a day for over a year now, you have a real sense of their personality. You think I'm a passionate person?
Yes, of course.
Do you think I relate to emotion, and that's kind of my default setting?
Yes.
When
I think that's probably one of your greatest attributes. Absolutely.
Okay. I appreciate that. And for me, who is generally all about emotion and likes to ride that emotional wave, for me to tap the brakes on the emotion of what Rex would bring, doesn't that tell you something?
It does.
I need some substance, dude. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be good for the presser or even good for the first month or that the defense wouldn't be better. I know. But Rex at his best is an average coach. They need a real coach.
You don't have to tell me. I've been saying that for a while. But I think the circumstances might have changed in favor of Rex. Hop, you have something you need to add here?
Yeah, I do feel like I need to rescue BT here. There is one other person on his side about this Rex stuff.
Who's that?
It's me.
Get that.
Let's go,
There's
Huff.
no chance I want Rex Ryan back. I'd prefer Ben DiNucci to be the next head coach of the New York Jets than Rex Ryan. It's all retread nonsense. We've
Yep.
done this with Aaron Rodgers. We've done this before. I don't want it.
You are the two Jet fans who aren't resonating with what the Jet fans want right now.
That's fine.
There's one thing the Jet fans want. They want to get pumped up here with Rex being. I mean, I could feel the energy. In the building. Forget about his record. Forget about what his ineptitude or his inadequacies. Fix this team, Rex. He says he's going to do it, and at least for a moment, we want to believe that Rex might be able to do it. And I don't think this is the worst scenario. If you're going to bring back Rex ever, this is the time to do it.
Listen, I'm going to give you this, that glorious chant that we just heard.
Fireman Fred, he's even pumped up.
Fireman Ed.
Oh, I always get that. One day I'll get it right. All right. Even he's pumped up with Rex, I'm sure.
It would have a little extra oomph. There is no question. Probably get a primetime game, so the throw is back on where everybody can watch us stink and fall apart. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
It's happening.
I believe it will. That's why my resistance is strong today. If I thought this was a non-story, we'd talk about it. We might not lead with it.
Yeah.
Like, he is so proactively pushing for this job that I almost think that he might know something because he's so out
You
there
think he's
with it.
texting Woody? Like he's
I wouldn't be surprised if he already spoke with Woody.
Yeah.
Honestly. And then the Jets go through the motions of
sounded
the
like he
Rudy
had the
rule
job.
and try to pretend. Yeah.
He's saying we.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I give you the emotion will be back, and then we will be reduced to watching a team that plays offense like it's 1989. No innovative concepts, no real hope. See, eventually the fire is doused out. And once that flame starts to dissipate, I get it. That flame will be hot. It'll be piping hot for a moment. And we'll be huddled around it. We're getting warm, feeling good, feeling ourselves. And then, I don't know if I can go through this again.
Game starts.
Game starts, and whether it's 2 months into his career or 2 years, we will look at each other and we will say, damn, not me, because I'm telling you now, many of you will say, he really isn't that good of a coach. What did we do?